Welcome in to week 8 of GMC football. We've got Sycamore facing off against Lakota East here in the Hawks Nest. These two teams come in on opposite sides of the GMC, and Beck, Sycamore, a struggling team, and Lakota East has got some momentum coming into this one.
Yeah, on paper, this one should be shaping up to be the opposite of a nail-biter. You see it on the screen. East is second in the GMC, Sycamore is ninth. The records are polar opposites, and I'm looking at the offense. East's offense, I think, one of the best in the GMC. This Sycamore offense, quite the opposite. On paper, they are worse than Colerain. So the fact that they were able to go and beat Colerain is still shocking to me, but I got to say, it's going to be a blowout, Max. If we don't, we're at home this time. It's senior night. We're going to actually play like we want to win. Last week we just came out flat. This week, I don't think that's going to happen. Expect an East win coming up.
Yeah, and East obviously coming off of the scare, like you said, last week against Colerain, which should have been a blowout, but East played down to them a little bit. It ended up being a one-score game at the end, and Sycamore coming off of a 0-52 loss against West. And we look at the stats here on the screen, and the Aviators really, like you said, shocking that they have that win. They are last in almost every category in the GMC, and on paper, I think there is no team, unfortunately, worse than Sycamore.
Yeah, credit to them. They went out and they beat Colerain, but look at the points again. The worst defense in the GMC by far. They allow so many rushing yards a game, and you already know Ryder Hooks is one of the best running backs in the GMC, just behind Tyler George and Grayson Goldsmith. He's going to have a massive night. Him and Chauncey Peck are just going to be in the end zone all night.
Yeah, this an opportunity for East to build some momentum before that huge game next week against Lakota West, which we will be sure to bring to you on Lakota East Broadcasting. We've got some new tech we're excited to try out. We'll see if it works. And looks like the kickoff teams are ready. Sycamore won the toss. They elect to kick it off, and Zion Neal and Braxton Thurman will be back to return it. It is senior night here in the Hawks Nest, so we should see some guys that usually don't get playing time get a few chances. And East really just has to start off hot. They can't let what happened last week happen again.
Yeah, they went into Colerain and just everything seemed a little bit off. JT Kidna started the game 0 for 6. Didn't really get too much better from there. And it was just not a night to remember for East. They almost got upset, and that was scary. But now they're playing Sycamore, a chance to have the blowout game that they were expecting.
Apologize for the camera work. We're working on getting that fixed as Sycamore is set to kick it off. And it's a long kick. Zion Neal fields it about the 5, and he muffs it. It's back into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So East will start at the 25, and East has had some struggles on special teams fielding those kickoffs and punts.
Yeah, last week Carter Jones had 2 muffed punts. One of them he was able to pick up and take it back about 30 yards, but that one, it was towards the end of that first half, and he just backpedaling, just put his arm out and touched the ball. It was a very dumb mistake, and Colerain was able to capitalize off it and take the lead right before halftime. Just got to avoid that here. Special teams got to play better than they did against Colerain.
All right. First down. The running back out there on the first play is going to be Chauncey Peck. He had a touchdown last week. Doesn't get as many carries as he does the first couple of weeks, but he is still incredibly effective at getting in the end zone. It's going to be a fake end around here, out to the right side. Getting upfield, and a good first play there for East out to the receiver. He gets about 5 yards and a good start for the Lakota East Thunderhawks.
Well, it is senior night, so expect the seniors to be out there on the first drive. A little bit of a new look for East. But against this Sycamore defense, Sycamore just too many missed tackles, and that's really what plagues them, just not stopping the runner in his tracks.
Sebastian Parks on that carry. Under center once more is Kitna. Another handoff here. This time it is to Chauncey Peck. He'll fight forward, still pushing, and he is close to that first down marker. And while we have a second here, want to show here, obviously Chauncey Peck out there right now, but Ryder Hooks subbing in right now, and he is a key to this East offense. He's played great the last few weeks, and we've called him the East MVP for a couple of weeks in a row now.
Yeah, and he should be #1 in the GMC if it wasn't for Grayson Goldsman and Tyler George having amazing seasons. He is the top dog, and he has just really come alive these past couple of weeks.
So it's 1st and 10 after the run by Chauncey Peck. Chauncey Peck's still out there, faking the handoff. Kitna steps back, loads one up, fires it over the middle, and Jaden Shea's got his first reception of the night, and he's still cutting upfield all the way past midfield to the 45-yard line.
Another big catch for Jaden Shea. Every time he touches the ball, it's a huge play. I mean, he has touchdowns, huge catches. He's been a heck of a player this year. And just adding to that wide receiver room, who's done an amazing job.
And JT Kitna, a perfect dot over the middle there. He started off slow last week against Coleraine, which was a big reason they kept that one so close. But he starts off hot here, 1 for 1. 1st and 10 now from the 45. Handoff to Chauncey Peck, and he is swallowed up there. Finally, Sycamore able to stop the run.
And, yeah, that's Sycamore's main struggle is stopping the run. Teams don't rack up a whole bunch of passing yards on him because they don't have to. Every team's run game just kills them. So that's a good job there from Sycamore, stopping Chauncey Peck. And if they're able to just do that consistently tonight, they might give themselves a chance.
So East has a 2nd and 12 after the blown-up run play. Getting motions Chauncey Peck back into the backfield. Fakes the handoff. He rolls out to the left. Defender stumbles, fires it out, and Zion Neal drops the wide-open catch. Man, he wants that one back.
Yeah, Zion Neal, such a great, fast receiver, but he's had a little bit of an issue with the drops. It's not been too often, but sometimes they do happen, but he's definitely going to bounce back from that. You've seen it before. He'll drop a pass in the very next play. It could be a touchdown.
Yeah, and Zion Neal on the season there, he's 2nd in the GMC in yards and tied for 1st in touchdowns. So he makes those big plays. He just got to get that ball in his hands. 3rd down and 12 now. East wanting to avoid having to punt it here. Firing one out there to Chauncey Peck. Gets around the outside. He's got a lot of room down the sideline. He's got that breakaway speed, and he's inside the red zone. What a play by Chauncey Peck to move the sticks.
In the first couple of weeks of the season when Ryder Hooks was injured and Chauncey Peck had to step in, he was a great running back, but he was also a great receiving back. He racked up a lot of receiving yards and had clutch catches, and you see that one there. What a huge catch on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, Chauncey Peck does a lot with the carries that he gets. He is always a threat to break away, and in the open field, he is really hard to stop. And this East offense is moving, looking like how they wanted to last week against Coleraine. For the first time, we see Ryder Hooks and Chauncey Peck lined up in the backfield. See if they continue with this passing game. This time, a fake handoff to Ryder Hooks. Kitna's got a lot of room, breaks it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone for his first touchdown of the night.
And what a way to start for this East offense. And against Coleraine last week, they got down all the way to the red zone, could not manage to score the touchdown. They had a turnover on down, so what a way to just drive down the field, score an easy touchdown. And I got to say, that's probably going to happen a lot tonight.
Yeah, that drive was a beautiful one. Starting at their own 25, and they just drove down the field. Aside from a couple of stops, it was pretty much effortless. Fitzstevens will try the extra point, and that is Kitna's 4th touchdown run of the year. An early contact there from Sycamore's D-line. A little bit of frustration early.
And, yep, we saw it last week on a messed up field goal, a penalty on Coleraine. Offense went out there on 4th down and tried to punch it in, and that's what's going to happen here.
So with that, they're at about the 1-yard line, so why not try punching it in? You've got those 2 good running backs in the backfield that are strong and can break that first tackle. They shouldn't have any real struggle running it in, unless, of course, they're going for a pass here.
Well, I'm going to be blunt. Against this Sycamore defense, you could probably do anything right here.
Yeah, Sycamore has not really had anyone on defense step up outside their D2 college commit Trey Meadows. In the shotgun. Kitna will step back, fires one over the middle to Chris Boyer, and Boyer makes the secure catch in the corner for the 2-point conversion. So 8-0 the score early, and East off to a great start against Sycamore.
A hot start, Max. But what you expect against a team like Sycamore. I mean, last week East did not play up to what they normally play up to. This one, they're just trying to come out, dominate the game and let those backups get some snaps.
So East with all the momentum early, and they seem to not have any struggles at all. Everything worked on that first drive aside from one run play. And they'll kick it off now to the Sycamore offense, who's had struggles of their own.
Yeah, it's not been a great year at all for Levi Simpson. He does have 884 yards, which is a lot for the GMC, but he has 8 interceptions and 6 fumbles to just 5 touchdowns. The turnover ratio is just too high to say that your quarterback's playing good. And Trey Meadows is their whole team, Max. He's their second leading rusher. He's their number 1 receiver, and he's their best safety. When you have one player being your whole team, that's just not sustainable for a game.
And like you mentioned, Trey Meadows really steps up on every side of the field that he is on. Kickoff by Fitzstevens goes deep, and it's fielded at about the 15-yard line, and he is swallowed up immediately. So Sycamore will start at about the 28-yard line. And we will look at Levi Simpson, the starting quarterback there for Sycamore. Like you mentioned, turnover's been a problem. He's got 8 interceptions, which is the most in the GMC, and that completion percentage is something he wants to get up, as it's the worst in the GMC as well.
Yeah, and if East is able to lock down Trey Meadows, they're going to have nothing to do on offense. And you see a 43.9 completion percentage, the worst in the GMC. It's just going to be a struggle against this really good East defense tonight.
So we'll see the Sycamore offense for the first time tonight. Nick Branham, usually the running back, and he lines up next to Levi Simpson, as well as Trey Meadows in the backfield there. The safety, well, really he isn't even one position. He plays everywhere, but he is committed as a safety, and he'll get the first carry to the left side, and he finds a little bit of room, a gain of about 5. A good play to start the Sycamore offense.
I would not be shocked if 50% of all offensive plays went to Trey Meadows. He's the only thing that they've gotten working for them this year, and we've talked about him a bunch, but he just does everything.
Yeah, you'll see this graphic a few times as he plays everywhere. Committed to Lehigh Mountain College in Pennsylvania, and he really can do it all. He is committed as a safety, plays some outside linebacker on defense, but he has the second most carries on this Sycamore team. 2nd down and 4 after the good run play. Simpson will pass it for the first time. Pressure coming immediately, and he's swallowed up from behind. I do believe he got about 2 yards on the carry, and it will bring up 3rd and about 1.
I mean, this East defense was kind of exposed a little bit against Cole Rain. They let running back Hayden Danielson just run all over him. It was shocking to see, but just trying to avoid that here, stop the run game. And, I mean, this year, East has done such a good job shutting down top-tier running backs. I mean, they held Grayson Goldsmith to just 81 yards on 20 attempts, and they shut down Tyler George to have him less than 100 yards on the ground. And just they've done so good at stopping great running backs, just a little bit of a blip on the radar against Coleraine.
So 3rd down and 1. East looking to get off the field early. Hand off to Branham, his first carry of the night. Ball's forward. Looks like he has enough for the first down, and they are going to move the sticks.
This East defense cannot get tired out. They cannot let Sycamore run the ball for first downs. Just got to stop them in the tracks, make them throw the ball, and that's where Sycamore struggles, throwing the ball downfield.
So 1st and 10 after a good play to start the Sycamore drive. Good set of plays. Sycamore team that usually starts out pretty slow. They struggle to string together long drives, and they're hoping to change that tonight against this stout East defense. 1st down run to Trey Meadows, and he finds a hole. He's got a big opening, and he's finally brought down by Alexander Smith there. And Trey Meadows showing just what he can do with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's the guy to stop. And Sycamore just doing it all year, these swing runs. And against other teams, it hasn't been working. But right here, it's worked pretty well. Trey Meadows with a big 1st down run. And if you're able to tire him out, then Sycamore's going to have some problems. But he can get your team some points here early, have some momentum like Coleraine did.
So it's 1st down once again after that big run by Trey Meadows. They motion him out to the left. Levi Simpson hands it off to Branham on this play, and he only gets about 2 on that one. So the triple option not as effective on that play, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
East has done well against a triple option look. I mean, they played Princeton, and held them to 17 points in a game that they should have won. So not surprising there to see them stop that triple option.
Yeah, and with it being senior night, you're seeing a couple of guys that are not usually out there on defense getting a chance. Maybe that a little bit of a reason why Sycamore's having so much success early. Nonetheless, though, Sycamore got to be happy with how this drive is going to start the game.
Yeah, and they just, normally on every drive they go 3 and out. But here against West, against these seniors that, like you said, normally don't see the field a whole bunch, they're having success.
Levi Simpson steps back for the first time tonight, and that one sails wide over the head there, trying to get it out there to Quanell Washington, who's got the second most receptions on the Sycamore team, and he'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, other than Trey Meadows, Quanell Washington is the guy they go to, but it's just been so hard for them to move the ball through the air. The offensive line does not give Levi Simpson a ton of protection. And against this really good East D line, who has had a ton of sacks this year, expect to see a couple sacks in this one.
And it is 3rd down and 5. Big play for Sycamore if they can keep this drive alive. East wanting to get off the field once again. Pressure coming. Levi Simpson rolls out to the left, fires one to Trenton Meadows, who makes the catch. A big pass play, and Sycamore is knocking on the door of the red zone early.
That was a dot from Levi Simpson. Put it right on him, and they continue to move the ball.
Yeah, Sycamore stringing together a pretty impressive drive here. And we have seen it a couple times this year. They're able to get down to the red zone, but the red zone really where they struggle, unable to put points up. They've got to convert in the red zone. Handoff to Nick Branham up the middle, finds a hole once again, and they are averaging about 5 yards a carry early on.
Yeah, he's just got to plug those gaps. Do not let holes form. It's what happened against Cole Rain. The only reason the running back was able to run for as many yards is because he had wide open holes to run through. I mean, he broke tackles when he had to, but he would get all the way for the first down before he hit the first guy.
Yeah, and it's strange to see this East D line struggle so much against the run this year, or in the last few games, as they were so good against it early on in the season, shutting down some of those great running backs like Grayson Goldsmith from Hamilton, and they are just struggling right now. They've got to get that in check. 2nd down and 5. Handoff to Meadows, and he is swallowed up there. Good play by the East D line.
That time, not letting them go anywhere. Fired up, trying to stop Sycamore from scoring, and if they're able to hold him to a field goal, I don't even think Sycamore's in field goal range from here. Their kicker has not been spectacular on the year. He's just 1 for 2 on field goals, and he's only 6 for 7 on extra points.
Yeah, they don't have that kicker that some of those GMC teams have, like West. So they've got to punch it in here. 3rd down and 6. Big chance for East to stop them from scoring points on what's been a good drive. Fakes the handoff to the left. Levi Simpson trying to find someone. Pressure coming, and it hits the ground. Nick Branham couldn't haul it in, and it's 4th down and 8. Let's see what Sycamore does here in the first quarter.
I'm not surprised. Offense is still standing out on the field. You're not in field goal range from here. And you got to just try to move the ball at all. You've had some success throwing the football, obviously not there, but you're able to have a huge pass play earlier. Try and cook up something like that again.
Yeah, and that's something that Levi Simpson wants to work on, his completion percentage. Like we mentioned earlier, less than 50%, and that's never a recipe for success. They've got to hone that in. Sycamore, the team that has punted the most in the GMC, they've got 32 punts on the year. And Levi Simpson, the quarterback, is also their punter. But they are close enough to go for it. 4th down and 7. And a timeout called by Sycamore before that play. We'll step away for just a second. Welcome back here, first quarter. Sycamore took a timeout before this fourth quarter play. And it's 4th down and 6. A huge play for East if they can stop them from getting points early. This has been a pretty good drive for Sycamore. They want to continue it. Stepping back, Levi Simpson trying to find someone. Pressure coming. Fires it to the corner of the end zone, and it's over Trey Meadows' head. Good coverage by the two DBs. And for the first time in Lakota East broadcasting history, we are going to show you the replay of that last play. At least we'll try. And it's 4th down and 6.
Over his head. It was great coverage downfield.
And couldn't get it to work there, unfortunately.
We'll figure it out.
Still working through technical difficulties. First down for East. Kitna steps back. Fires one to P.J. McFarland, who's wide open, and he has got a lot of room all the way down to midfield, and he continues to be a threat for the East offense. What happened there? They just left him open in coverage.
Well, that's what's happened all year to Sycamore. Just guys wide open downfield. No surprise there to see McFarland pull that one in. Great throw from JT Kidna, and starting quite the opposite of how we started last week. Last week, 0 for 6. This one, I don't think he's missed a throw.
Yeah, he's perfect on his passes so far, except for the one drop by Zion Neal. Fakes the handoff to Ryder Hooks. Fires it out to Jaden Shea, who's got another catch tonight. Still making guys miss, and he's down inside the 30-yard line. East is clicking on all fronts on offense.
This is the East that you expect to watch against these lower of the GMC teams, just moving the ball with ease, getting stops on defense. It's going to be a big night for JT Kidna.
Yeah, and East just continues to move the ball here without any tension from the secondary of Sycamore. Kitna by himself, motions Ryder Hooks to him in the backfield. Hands it off to Ryder Hooks. He cuts up field. He's got a big hole, still fighting, and he's close to the first down marker. What a run by Ryder Hooks on the first down.
Well, last week, Sycamore playing West, they let Braden Johnson run for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 5 carries. That is an absurd stat line, so Ryder Hooks trying to replicate that here tonight, and I am excited to watch him run the football.
For the first time tonight, we see Carter Jones out there. He is a shifty guy in the backfield. They like to throw it to him and let him do the work with the ball. Second down and about 3 after the good first down run by Ryder Hooks. Fake it to him. Kitna rolls out to his left. He's going to keep it. Trying to find some room. Gets through the first wave of tacklers. He's still up, and he's brought down near the 5-yard line. What a powerful run by JT Kitna, showing he can do it with his legs.
Well, trying to get in for the touchdown there, but I still get a little nervous when he's running down the field and not sliding. Really don't want him to get hurt, especially not before the West game, but big run there. Wide open hole to run through.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he gets a talking to from John Kitna on the sideline. Make sure he slides. Obviously, that injury ended his season early last year. Doesn't want that to happen again. Nonetheless, what a run by JT Kitna to get them the first down, and it's 1st and goal from the 5. In the shotgun, handoff to Chauncey Peck, and he's got room on the right side, and he's tripped up. A big tackle there made by the linebacker, Brady Egan. And a rare stop for the Sycamore defense against this run team.
Well, that was a great tackle from Brady Egan. Chauncey Pegg normally is able to hit that edge and just walk in for a touchdown, but got caught up to there. At least it's not a loss of 2 big, just a loss of 3.
So it's 2nd and goal now after the first down play didn't go anywhere. Kitna steps back. Fires one to Zion Neal on the left side. And he is going to take it in for his first touchdown of the night. Zion Neal starts off hot here as well.
Like I said earlier, had the drop pass. Next time he touches the ball, it's a touchdown. And that's what you get when you have at least it's not a loss of 2 big, just a loss of 3.
So it's 2nd and goal now after the first down play didn't go anywhere. Kitna steps back. Fires one to Zion Neal on the left side, And he is going to take it in for his first touchdown of the night. And our first successful replay of Lakota East broadcasting history. Might not have been much, but for us, it's a lot as Fitzstevens makes the extra point, and East goes up 15-0 early, and they have been dominant so far.
Yeah, well, I would have talked during that replay, but I was just so astonished that it actually worked, and we have it up and running. So next time we do that, expect me to be talking, but yeah, East coming out, firing, already up 15-0. Huge, huge first quarter for East.
And want to show you the season so far for Sycamore, who's struggling here early. And, man, a lot of red there. Not too many wins. Obviously, the only one coming against Colerain, which was a shocker to us even. As, I mean, I think everyone expected Colerain to win that game.
Yeah, I definitely expected Colerain to win the game. And this is just, I mean, these numbers are just crazy. Look how many points they're allowing. I mean, the only time they held a team to less than 36 points was against Colerain. That is just crazy to look at.
Yeah, obviously last week weren't able to put any points on the board, losing 52-0 to Lakota West. And West, who East plays next week, has had 3 straight games with 50-plus points.
It's going to be, it'll be interesting to see how they're playing against Oak Hills.
An onside kick here. The bounce is to the middle. Sycamore bobbles it at first, but I think they were able to jump on it. So they'll start at about the 35-yard line. East loves trickery on the kickoffs. That one just didn't go their way.
Yeah, I mean, I say expect an onside kick at least once a game from John Kidna. Tried it there, did not get it. And Sycamore, who had a somewhat successful first drive. I know they put no points up on the board, but they were able to move the ball downfield. I'll be interested to see if they do that again.
And they've had the onside kick work a few times. Fitzstevens has almost perfected it as they got it 2 weeks in a row. That time, though, just couldn't get it out there far enough for East to get the recovery. And Levi Simpson and his Sycamore Aviators are back out there on offense to try to put some points up on the board for the first time since a couple of weeks ago. Fakes the handoff, and he gets it out to the left side. Trenton Meadows trying to find some room, and he gets about 9. He's going to be close to that first down marker, and they'll move the sticks for him.
I'm kind of surprised to see Trenton Meadows getting the ball a couple times already. He only has 2 catches for 14 yards on the whole season, and he's already had a couple here.
Yeah, and Sycamore really doesn't have a main standout guy on offense outside of Trey Meadows, and even him doesn't have the most rushing attempts, only has the most amount of catches, but, man, they've really tried to find someone to step up on the Sycamore offense, and, I mean, the big reason they haven't scored that many points this season is because they haven't found that key person.
Yeah, and if anyone is confused at home, we are saying 2 different people. It is Trey Meadows and Trenton Meadows. Trenton Meadows is number 81. Trey Meadows is number 30.
And we apologize on that replay. If it just replayed our commentary, we are still figuring out how the whole system works.
System works with the new equipment that we just acquired.
Yeah, we've got some new technology here tonight, which is exciting for future streams, but we might have a few kinks in this game. We apologize for those. We'll try to work through them. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Sycamore offense. Their last drive, they got down to the red zone before they stalled out. Trying to avoid that here. The screen pass to Branham. What a catch by him on the left side, and he's finally pushed out by Chetnia. Showing those hands there, the linebacker-running back duo.
I mean, yeah, Nick Branham he's playing good here tonight, but he has had a rough year. 42 attempts, 121 yards. That is just an average of 2.9 yards a carry. He does have the 2 touchdowns, but just not a successful – he's just not successful running the football, and I think that has to do a lot with their O-line.
Yeah, and I think they just haven't been able to get much push. It's a big reason they haven't been able to score many points this season. That's caused a lot of turnovers. Sycamore leads the GMC in fumbles lost. They obviously want to avoid having any of those tonight. Levi Simpson steps back, fires one over the middle, and that is way over the head there of Tommy Hawk, who's got 1 reception on the year there, starting tight end. And it will bring up 4th and about 6. Should be interesting to see if they decide to stay out here or not.
I mean, yeah, they stayed out there when it was 4th and 7 down to the red zone. I think they will send out punt unit, but Yeah, I mean, just Levi Simpson has problems all year just overshooting his receivers, and you see it here tonight, a couple of overthrown balls. And it's not just on deep passes, it's some short passes too.
So the punt from Levi Simpson, his 40th punt of the year, bounces over the head of Carter Jones, and it bounces out of the end zone. Jones not going to repeat what happened last week trying to catch it.
Yeah, last week, I talked about it earlier, end of the first half, just a questionable decision to touch the football. I mean, he bobbled it, and Cole Rain was able to scoop it up. And later in the game, he bobbled a catch, but fortunately, he was able to pick that one up and run it back for big yards, but just trying to not bobble another punt here in this one.
And that will do it for our first quarter. So the teams will switch sides, and we'll step away for just a second. Stick with us. We welcome you back. Switching sides of the field. And not sure, there's a man in a construction vest out on the field at the moment. Not sure why he's out there, but it's first down for East. After the punt from Sycamore, East will start under center. Kitna will step back, finding Derek Williams for his first catch of the night. He cuts up field, and he's got a first down. East continues to be so effective through the air.
I mean, East's run game has been top-notch this year, but they're just not doing it at all this year, or not in this game. Throwing the ball on almost every play, and when it's working like this, you just kind of have to. You get a quarterback like JT Kitna, you got to throw the ball if it's working like this.
And Kitna, obviously, we talked about it earlier, was less than 50% on completions last week. He had a frustrating game, and he's made up for it here. Starting off perfect through the air, aside from a couple of drops. Handoff up the middle to Ryder Hooks, and he gets 4 on his first carry of the drive. And he continues to be a key of the East offense.
Yeah, last week when West played Sycamore, they were just able to get a massive push and allowed Braden Johnson to just run through massive holes for big yardage. Trying to stop that here. Don't let Ryder Hooks get hot, because he started off hot at Colerain and he did not slow down.
Yeah, Ryder Hooks, one of those running backs, pretty cliche, but he gets better as the game goes on. Another handoff to Ryder Hooks, finding a hole, makes the first wave of tacklers miss like he usually does, and he gets the first down. East continues to keep the chains moving.
And I love to see linemen 10 yards down the field on run plays. That's how you just know that they're doing their job and they're moving their guy all the way back to a first down so their running back can get a huge hole.
Subbing in there for East, Christopher Stowe, the sophomore tight end. They've got a lead early here. We should see some unusual subs come in and get a chance to shine on offense. Under center in the jumbo package. They've got a fullback out there. It's going to be a fake handoff to Ryder Hooks. Kitna airs one out deep. He's got Jaden Shea in stride, and it's caught for a long touchdown. Man, Jaden Shea is electric on the deep ball.
I have no words. What a throw from JT Kitna. What a route from JT. Everything about that play was just perfect.
Beautiful pass from JT Kitna. Last week missed Zion Neal deep on a couple of those balls, but that one was perfect. And East is already up 21-0 in this ball game.
What a way to start. I mean, this is what you expected to see. I'm talking about it a lot, but this is what you wanted to see last week against Coleraine. And that just didn't happen, but glad to see it happening in this one.
So the extra point for Fitzstevens will come after the long touchdown pass. And it's a fake. Chauncey Peck's got it on the left side, and he will walk in untouched. What a trick play from the special teams, and it'll be 23-0 early.
That'll be two-point conversions that have worked now, and refs are going to are they saying his knee was down?
They are going to call it no good. I believe Logan Cole, the holder's knee was down when he caught the snap, so a little mistake there on the trick play. Maybe didn't think of that. In high school, obviously, as soon as you go down with your knee, you are ruled down.
Well, I didn't think I remember it. They might have called it that he was kneeled before the snap, but even then, that shouldn't matter. That's just unfortunate. Great trickery from East. Should be up 23-0, but unfortunately, just a little bit of a mistake.
Nonetheless, a 3-score lead here early in the second quarter. Want to take a look here at the Hawks schedule on the year so far, and you look at those last 3 games. The first 2 of those they won by over 3 possessions, scoring 50 points or more in those, and then last week they did score 36 points, but they let Coleraine hang with them until the very end. Yeah,
you see start of the year, East defense played great, holding Mason just 13 points and holding Hamilton is just 24 points, who have really come alive these past couple of weeks. Looking back, that was a huge win for East. And they were able to hold Princeton in just 17. And the defense just been great these past couple of weeks. Something's just been a little bit off, trying to fix it here, and they're doing a good job against Sycamore.
Yeah, and they allowed them to get some yards on the first drive. But the last couple of drives from Sycamore have gone nowhere. And Sycamore's offense will stroll out there for their third drive of the game. 10:30 left in this second quarter. And East next week has the biggest test of the year for them. It's going to be East-West. Usually, I mean, the last few years, West has been pretty much the favorite to win by a lot. But this year, these two teams are pretty close.
It's going to be an amazing game. Number 1 versus number 2. I could not be more excited for that one. And it's just going to be a test to see which team's better. That's all it is. Which Lakota is better?
I think that one's going to come down to which offense can produce more, as it's going to be a shootout. And a handoff to the right goes nowhere there. I believe Trey Meadows had that one on that carry. Back to the East-West game coming up. West has the best defense in the GMC right now, but I think you can argue Lakota East has the best offense coming into that game. So it's kind of it's always an interesting matchup when you get one like that.
Yeah, East definitely has the best overall offense. West has an amazing run game with Sam Wiles and Braden Johnson, but yeah, East passing the ball, running the ball, they do it all very well against good teams. So that one's just going to be, I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, that one will be interesting next week. This is a direct snap to Trey Meadows, and it's not going to go anywhere. So they'll bring up 3rd down and 7. And Cole and Sycamore at risk early of going 3 and out on this drive.
Yeah, this game could end up very easily being over at halftime if defense is able to just get another stop here and Kidnap goes right down the field and scores another touchdown. It's going to be hard to watch if you're a Sycamore fan, but it's what happened all year to your team.
Yeah, Sycamore ranks dead last in all those offensive categories like we mentioned before, and obviously East probably not going to be the team you're going to fix that against. As it's 3rd down and 7. Simpson steps back. Pressure's coming. He rolls out to the left, trying to find someone. He's just going to air it out up to Meadows, who made the catch. And they're going to rule him in bounds. What a catch by Meadows on the sideline. He got a foot down.
Well, that was an amazing catch. I mean, I think that was most definitely in. That was just wasn't particularly a good throw. Just Trey Meadows, he does it all.
Yeah, Trey Meadows, 6'2", 180, a taller receiver out of all those in the GMC, and gets the ball over Zion Jones-Anderson's head. What a catch.
Yeah, and it keeps this East offense off the field for at least a little bit. And maybe your offense can go up here and put some points up on the board. Just have some hope in this one.
Handoff to Branham up the middle. And he got a little bit of a push before being taken down. A gain of about 3 on first down brings up 2nd and 7. And you see there Parker Elam, the D end, subbing in. He was listed as questionable today. Obviously had an illness earlier. Was questionable of whether or not he would play. He really wanted to, and he's out there now with clearance from the doctor. 2nd down and 8. Trying to get him to jump. Levi Simpson with the hard count. It's not going to work. Changes the play up. Motions Branham next to him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back. Pressure coming from his blind side. Gideon was unable to wrap him up. Trying to get away. Schroyer put pressure on him, but Trey Meadows has got room down the sideline. What a throw by Levi Simpson, and what a catch by Trey Meadows on the sideline once again.
Unbelievable movement in the pocket from Levi Simpson. Able to get it out to his #1 guy. That was just a huge play.
Man, Trey Meadows can do it all. 2 plays in a row with impressive catches. And Levi Simpson starting off this game with pretty good completion percentage. He's just been slinging it all over the field here early.
Yeah, well, he's going to Trey Meadows, who we've said it so many times, but he's their guy that they go to.
So it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. This is going to be a keeper to Levi Simpson, who is wrapped up after about a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 from the 18-yard line.
Well, they've done a great job keeping him contained. Sean Billups, Cole Rain's quarterback last week, went up over 100 rushing yards on the game. And that's something that East has, while they've been a great defense, is what they've kind of struggled against is the mobile quarterback. Ashton Shafe Mason was able to run for a bunch of yards, and Sean Billups, who normally doesn't, went up over 100 yards. So against Sam Wiles, who's probably the best mobile quarterback in the GMC next week, they're gonna have to try and stop him.
So it's 2nd down and 9 after the quarterback keeper didn't really go anywhere. It's going to be another direct snap to Trey Meadows, who tries to find some room and finds a hole up the middle before he is blasted there by Zion Neal, who's in on defense on that play. Does he have enough for the first down? I think he's just short. 3rd down and 1. And they'll hurry up to the line. They want to convert here in the red zone. Put points up here in the first half.
Yeah, well, despite Trey Meadows doing it all right now, you got to expect him to get tired as this game goes on. He can't keep doing this. So this drive, he's had an amazing drive, but later, farther down in the game, just not something you're probably going to see.
Handoff to Nick Branham. He fights to the goal line, and he's in for the end zone. So Sycamore, for the first time since the Oak Hills game, gets points on the board, and it's 21-6 here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, this drive was dead all the way back in their territory until Trey Meadows made an unbelievable couple of catches, but way to capitalize off that and put points on the board.
Man, Sycamore looked like a different team on that drive. Credit to Levi Simpson, too, for staying up when pressure came, and he was able just to sling it out to Trey Meadows. And then Nick Branham finished off the drive with a strong run up the middle. The extra point there is up. It was almost blocked. And it's no good. Hard to see from up here. Nicholas Schnell, he's 6 for 7 on extra points on the year, and now he's 6 for 8. So unlucky for Sycamore. They only get 6 points on the drive. But nonetheless, East offense should come out here and take care of business.
Yeah, I think they definitely will. But on that extra point, I think you heard the footsteps coming in on his right side. Missed that one. And that's huge. I mean, your offense goes down there. You expect to at least have 7. Now you only have 2 field goals.
Yeah, and the East offense obviously has been clicking on all cylinders. Even last week after a few miscommunications in the first quarter or so, they really honed things in there in the second half. And we're kind of showing their true selves again. And 2 weeks before that, Fairfield and Middletown put up over 50 points. They want to do it again tonight.
Yeah. They went against Coleraine. They had put up 50 points the last 2 games. Going against Coleraine, you expected that to happen again, but just did not. But the way this offense is playing in this one, I expect them to do it here.
So Sycamore, after a rare, efficient drive, They usually struggle with scoring. They're able to do it at least in the first half. And they'll kick it away to East, who's been unstoppable on offense so far. Schnell lining up. And he'll boot it down the middle. Caught by Braxton Thurman. He'll take it out. He's a dangerous returner. He's got some room on the right side. Cuts it back into the middle. He's got room. He's got a couple guys to beat, though. Can he get the edge? He can. He's still up to the 20, to the 10. What a return by Braxton Thurman. Oh, my goodness. He made everyone on the Sycamore kickoff team miss.
He just outran everybody. It's not other than that. Just faster than everyone on the field. Unbelievable. That's now 2 kick return touchdowns for East this year, and that is just so hype.
Man, the sophomore running back. We talk about that East has those 4 dangerous return guys back there on kickoffs, and that time Braxton Thurman took it all the way. He made the linebacker Micah Ward miss. That was the last line of defense they had, and he had free daylight from there. What a return. We thought that East would answer right back, and they did. East offense didn't even need to see the field. And the extra point from Fitzstevens is up and good, so East continues to extend the lead. It's now 28-6. Wow.
That run definitely fired up this crowd who just watched Sycamore go all the way downfield and score an easy touchdown. And now Trey Meadows is going to have to go back onto the field again and try and do it again.
And, man, East this year has had a few, even off of kickoffs, run plays, too. Those long chunk plays where they get in the end zone. And they've got some dangerous guys back there that can make guys miss.
Yeah, this East offense has such great big play ability. I mean, Zion Neal has had a couple of massive touchdowns. Jaden Shea with the huge one in this one. And the Chauncey Peck 98-yard run. Can't forget about that. And 2 kick returns. I mean, they're just so good at creating the big play touchdown. And I think that's what wins them these football games, is they just can take momentum with just one play.
And senior night here in the Hawks Nest, as well as Pink Out for breast cancer awareness. But this is a huge crowd, and they are pumped up right now after that long kickoff return. East will send it back Sycamore's way. The kick goes deep, and it'll bounce out of the end zone, so Sycamore will choose to start at the 20-yard line, and they've got to answer back now. As East, we talk about momentum a lot, but, man, they have it all on their side at the moment.
Yeah, Sycamore was able to get a little bit momentum, but it's all just gone now after that kick return touchdown, but just got to put it in the back of your head, just try and put more points up on the board.
Man, what a kickoff return. I'm still in shock that he was able to make all those guys on that Sycamore kickoff team miss. Braxton Thurman, only a sophomore, and he looks like a bright spot for East's future.
Definitely, and I thought number 11 on Sycamore, Micah Ward, might have been able to catch up to him, but I think he just tripped chasing him down, and that's what allowed him to take it all the way back.
A 96-yard touchdown return gives East a 3-possession lead. And now Levi Simpson is forced to answer back. Late sub in there for Sycamore as they start their drive from the 20-yard line. Simpson steps back. He'll air it out here early, fires one out to Trey Meadows, who continues to have a great night, and he's got a lot of room down the right side. He's finally brought down by Connor Cruz. Man, Trey Meadows is making that defense work hard.
He sure is. I mean, he's had a massive catches and a huge couple big runs, and we talked about it earlier. That's the guy that East has to stop. Not doing a great job here.
And he has started off hot. Already over 50 yards receiving on the day. And he's the big reason why Sycamore even has any points on the board. He keeps those drives alive for Sycamore.
And credit to Levi Simpson for putting the ball right in his hands.
Yeah, Simpson has had his struggles, but he has been perfect tonight. Handoff up the middle to Branham, who gets a little bit of a push. Gets about 6 yards on the carry, and East defense has got to be wanting to be more effective than this against this Sycamore struggling offense.
Yeah, like we talked about it, East defense was so good in the first couple of weeks, and now you're letting Cole Rain and Sycamore move the ball as they want on you. It's just not the East defense that you saw in the first couple of weeks. They're going to have to be ready against West.
Yeah, like you said, the West game, the biggest game of the year for East. That's their chance to win the GMC, as long as they can take care of business at Oak Hills afterward. But West really is going to be the test to see if this East team is back to being a dominant force in the GMC. 2nd and 5 for Sycamore. Moving things around in the backfield. Simpson takes the snap, fakes the handoff. It's a screen pass, but Aiden Gideon and Carson Schroyer are there to wrap it up in its tracks.
I believe that is Tommy Hawk with his 2nd catch of the year. I mean, he's a big tight end, 6'2", 210, and he only has 1 catch on the season. If they're able to get him the ball more, I think he could have success running the ball downfield.
And I believe actually that was Tim Miller, their receiver. But yeah, like you said, still Tommy Hawk, a big target out there. They'll want to get him involved a little bit more. Nonetheless, Tim Miller was swallowed up on that play. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. East has another chance to get off the field. Got to watch Trey Meadows. He's been great on 3rd down tonight. Levi Simpson steps back. Fires it on the screen to Branham. And a strong tackle by the linebacker, Carson Schroyer there, will likely end the Sycamore drive.
What a huge tackle from Carson Schroyer, who's done it all year. Him and Cohen Reap, 2 amazing linebackers. And, man, I mean, it was obviously Cohen Reap was the better of the 2, but these past couple weeks, Carson Schroyer has just exploded.
Yeah, and we mentioned the struggles that the East D-line has had a little bit, but, man, that linebacker core has been solid all year. Between Cohen Reap, Carson Schroyer, and Miles Metz, they don't let a lot get past the 2nd line of defense. Punt team out there now. Levi Simpson will boot it deep. And it's a keeper. It's a fake punt. Isaiah Harrington's trying to chase him down. Cohen Reap tries to get him on the corner, and I believe they got him in time. So a turnover on downs. Sycamore tried some trickery. It didn't work. And JT Kitna and his offense will get a chance to go out there and put more points on the board.
Well, I did not blame them at all for trying that. I mean, there's nothing that is going to stop this East offense right now. You got to try to keep them off the field. Just unfortunately could not get the edge there. And now East is going to be back on the field. They were off it for a little while. I mean, they had the kickoff return and 2 somewhat long drives from Sycamore, but now they're finally back out on the field.
And remember, the last time this East offense was on the field, we saw the long touchdown pass to Jaden Shea. JT Kitten has been perfect tonight. His only incompletions coming off of drops, and that time the hard count's going to work, and it will give East a free 5.
And that is Andre Pettyjohn on the jump. And that is a big D tackle, 5'7", 205. And he gets some penetration. I watched some film against West. He was able to get into the backfield a couple times, just couldn't chase that running back down. A little too eager there.
So it'll bring up 1st and 5 after the penalty. Peck and Hooks in the backfield, and Hooks will get the carry to the left side. Good blocking there. No flags, and Ryder Hooks is still going, being chased down from behind, and he's finally pushed out, but not until he gets over 30 yards on the carry.
Well, you're not going to bring down Ryder Hooks trying to arm tackle him. He's going to stiff arm you every time. Huge run from Ryder Hooks.
So East will move the chains. The offense continues to be perfect. And they're executing on all fronts. 28-6 already the score. They're looking to go into halftime with over a 4-possession lead.
And at this point, you got to wonder when they might start putting the backup quarterback in.
So 1st and 10, they're knocking on the door of the red zone. Kitna steps back. Fires one to P.J. McFarland. He makes the catch, and Trey Meadows is there to bring him down, but he's all the way to the 11-yard line, and P.J. McFarland is still such a key to this East offense.
He's like Rob Gronkowski out there. I mean, catches the ball almost every time it's thrown to him. 22 catches on the season, 266 yards, and 4 touchdowns as a tight end is massive. He is having a heck of a year, and he's only a junior.
Yeah, he's already got offers from a bunch of D1 schools, Michigan State, Illinois among them. And he continues to do incredible things on the field, as well as being a good student there in the classroom. It's 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Kitna steps back. Pressure coming. He's going to roll out to the left, trying to get away. Still up. He gets away from the D-line. Oh, my goodness. He made everyone miss. but it's over the head of the receivers. Miscommunication in the end zone. What a play by Kitna to stay up. Receivers just weren't ready for it.
And when Kitna starts moving in the pocket, you got to cue the circus music. Every time there's pressure, he's just able to step back and evade about 3 guys before firing it all the way downfield. Just unfortunately could not make the connection there.
And cliche to say, but that was Mahomes-like there in the backfield. He made about 4 D linemen miss as well as 2 linebackers. Not sure how he was able to get away on that one. Brings up 2nd and 10. They've got a fullback out there once again. Handoff to Ryder Hooks. He's got a big hole, and he's going to get the corner. He's in the end zone for the first time tonight, and East takes a 4-possession lead before halftime.
Well, Ryder Hooks didn't really score too many touchdowns in the first couple of weeks, but he has had a huge couple of weeks getting into the end zone, and that's going to be another touchdown for Lakota East, and this one is looking to be over before halftime.
Wow, what a run. Credit to the running backs, but man, this O-line has looked amazing early. And like you said earlier, they are pushing Dean Lyman into the secondary. They're just opening up running holes for Chauncey Peck and Ryder Hooks, and they've had an easy day so far carrying the ball.
Yeah, when they've ran it, they haven't run it too much. They haven't had the need to. JT Kidden is having a night, and so is Ryder Hooks.
So the extra point coming. Fitzstevens continues to be perfect on extra points in this game. He's got his 5th one of the night. And East is up 35-6. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remain before halftime. Sycamore has a little bit of time to score, but, I don't even know how much of a point there is to it at this point. East is already running away with this game early.
Yeah, and this is what you wanted to see out of East after the scare last week from Coleraine. They're playing hard. They're not letting this game be questioned as a trap game at all. Taking care of business. And now defense looking out there to get another stop. And Kidna loves to just keep putting points on the board. Maybe an onside kick here. You saw it earlier, but would not be surprised if they try and do it here.
And this is the hottest start East has had to a game all year. Scored 28 in the first half, I believe, against Fairfield, where they ended with 59 points. Here they've got 35. They might be shooting for over 60 in this game. Fitzstevens lines up. And it's going to be a normal kickoff there. Back over the head of the Sycamore returner, and Sycamore will start from the 20-yard line once again.
Well, they're going to have to try and do something here. Trey Meadows has been your entire offense. Got to get him the ball if you want to move the ball at all. Just got to try something here. This East defense playing so good. They were struggling against Coleraine, and in this one they wanted to prove that they are still on top of it and one of the best defenses in the GMC.
You got to think, though, they've got to be upset they let Sycamore score on that one drive. There's a few holes they got to clean up there on the D-line. Maybe they bring the blitz a little bit more here in this one, but credit to Levi Simpson at least. He's still been able to sling the ball out to Trey Meadows a couple times. And I really think it's just the Sycamore O-line has not given Sycamore enough time to get anything going besides that one drive where they ended with points. It's 1st and 10, and I believe an official timeout. Off runs the tight end, and in will sub Tommy Hawk. Not sure what the confusion is here. So the officials give the clear to go, and it'll be 1st and 10. Sycamore in that pistol formation. Handoff to Branham, and he is met at the line by, I believe, Cole Miranda stuffed him there. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. And they didn't let Nick Branham get anywhere on that run.
Yeah, Cole Miranda making the switch, at least for this game, switching to linebacker and letting Alexander Smith play in that safety position. And that was a big stop there, just plugging the gap, not letting him run anywhere.
And interesting to see with so little time left in the second quarter, Sycamore has got that jumbo package out there. They've got two tight ends on that line as Levi Simpson steps back. Fires one there, and a big hit there. It's popped up, but it's still caught. Oh, my goodness, what a heads-up play there by Trenton Meadows. A big hit by the East secondary pops it out, but Trenton Meadows makes something out of the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
I believe that was Tommy Hawk who made that catch, but wow, that was That was fun. Ball just popped into the air. I thought East definitely had a shot, and an interception just fell right into Tommy Hawk's hands.
3rd and 1 as a result. East wants to get off the field here, maybe put up a few more points if they've got time left. They are bringing the heat on the D-line. Handoff up the middle. There's a flag down before that one got underway.
Well, this would be really unfortunate if it was for a flag on Sycamore. I mean, you get it to 3rd and 1. You're able to pick up the easy first down on the run. Now you're going to be backed up, and it's not going to be so easy to just run for that first down.
And not to mention, it stops the clock. So it is a false start there on Sycamore. They got a little too eager to run that play, and it brings up now 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 1. Sorry, 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1. And now you got to think you got to air out the ball here, because this is not 4-down territory.
Yeah, and Levi Simpson has done a pretty good job throwing the ball downfield. He's been a lot more accurate than the rest of his season stats show. So not really the end of the world, just got to find a way to get to your guy, Trey Meadows.
So it's 3rd and 6. 1 minute and 4 seconds remain in the second quarter. Simpson steps back. He's going to air it out there, and it's over the head of Quarnell Washington. So 4th and 6 coming up as a result. We should see the punt team from Sycamore out there. And East might just have a chance to put more points on the board.
Well, the way they've been moving the ball, I would not be surprised to see them put more points on the board. And 42 points in 1/2 is just absurd, even for high school football. And I'm excited to see what JT Kidna can do on this next drive.
Don't count out the punt team, though. Carter Jones obviously muffed an important one last week, but he is still a dangerous returner. Had a good return last week off a punt. He has a chance to take it all the way back. And, I mean, with how this East special teams has been playing tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. The punt is up. It'll bounce. And maybe not the smartest play there, downing it before it could bounce all the way down, but it is going to be stopped there by Michael Ward, and the East offense will come out for one more time in the second half.
I'm a little bit surprised that he picked that one up. I mean, he could have let a little bit more clock run too, but not the smartest decision there. But I don't think it matters where JT Kidna is on the field against the Sycamore defense. Expect him to get it done.
We already saw one long touchdown pass to Jaden Shea that was over 40 yards in the air. Kidna at about the same spot he was when he threw that pass. They probably want to do it again. They've got 50 seconds and all 3 of their timeouts left. Carter Jones in motion. Kidna steps back. He'll fire it out to Carter Jones in the flat. He's got room. Cuts it upfield. Down to the middle. He makes Nick Branham miss, and he's finally brought down from behind. What a catch by Carter Jones. They're going hurry up, and they're already down to the 38-yard line.
I don't know if they're running hurry up. I think the clock is stopped on the scoreboard, but no timeout called here. What a play from JT Kidna.
Kidna fakes the handoff, steps back, pressure coming. And what a juke there by Kidna. He throws it away. And late contact there. That was no other way to put it, a dumb mistake there by the D lineman of Sycamore, and it should give East a free 15 yards.
Well, you can't make that mistake. Not when it's this situation. You want to stop them from putting 40 up on you before halftime. And I'm not sure. I don't think this ball is definitely just kind of here. I mean, that is a dumb mistake from Sycamore.
Yeah, it's going to be roughing the passer there on number 61 of the D-line on Sycamore. Apologize, his name is not listed on any official roster we have. Otherwise, I would mention him by name, but I have struggled to find his information anywhere, so I apologize for that. But nonetheless, East is going to get a free 15 yards. And you never like to see late contact like that, especially towards the end of the season where East is looking to make a playoff run. Luckily, Kidna not shaken up after that hit, and they've got a 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line now. They're in prime scoring position. Already in field goal range. Kidna motions Carter Jones across the field. Takes the snap, steps back. Airs one out deep to Zion Neal in the corner, and that one is way over his head. Airing it out a little bit too much. Still 25 seconds left on the clock, and 2nd and 10 coming up as a result.
Definitely still enough time to score a touchdown, but way too much juice on that one. That one hit the concrete way past the end zone.
2nd and 10 now. East offense wanting to score one more time before halftime. Kitten has been good through the air so far. That really his first missed pass of the day. Steps back, fakes the handoff. Again, looking to air it out. Fires it to the corner of the end zone, and McFarland makes the toe tap catch in the corner. And man, he is having himself a night, and East goes up by 5, scores before halftime.
And anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have yet to see P.J. McFarland drop a pass. I mean, even when he's out of bounds, he makes those catches. Had one last week that was called out in the back of the end zone, and what a throw and what a catch.
I want to flash that graphic for you one more time. P.J. McFarland with his 5th touchdown on the year. That moves him up to 2nd in the GMC. And, man, he has emerged as such an elite threat through the air. Like you said, I think you could make any catch out there.
Well, he's made every catch out there.
Fitzstevens looking to make his 5th extra point of the night, and he does. So East will go up 42-6 here. 18 seconds left in the first half. They'll kick it off one more time to Sycamore. But we are going to have a running clock here as, man, East is just taking care of business early.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if the backups come out and start the second half. And even then, I think they're going to be able to put some points up on the board. So just a huge night for East, able to get a ton of momentum going into the West game. And we're talking like the game is over. It's not even halftime yet.
Yeah, East on pace for 84 points in this game. Obviously, probably not going to happen with that running clock, but they're only 8 points away from how many they scored against Middletown and only 17 points away from how many they put up in the entire Fairfield game. So they are looking good on the stat sheet right now. They obviously want to beat Sycamore by more than West beat them by. And this obviously a huge momentum carrier into the Lakota West game, which should be the determiner of the GMC this year.
Well, they most definitely want to show the GMC that what happened at Coleraine is not who this team is.
This is going to be taken out from about the 2-yard line. And he's brought down. The ball comes out there. What a hit, and Chauncey Peck's there to pick it up, and he carries it into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. What a hit there. I believe A.J. Fitzstevens, the kicker, is the one that knocked it out. And there is a flag down on the field.
I don't think it's a flag. I think it was the
little
chip they threw for the fumble. But that was...
And we are going to step away for just a moment. The returner on that play is shaken up. We'll be back in just a second before halftime. We'll let the training staff take a look at the returner. We welcome you back here. You see the scene. They're going to let the clock run out. The touchdown was called back as there was a penalty on both sides and an offset. Isaiah Pettijohn was the one who went down. Luckily was able to stand after a scary injury. He's being stretchered off the field as we speak, but he is moving all of his extremities, and he looks like he's going to be okay. Great news here from in the booth. It is halftime, though, so we will step away and see you for the second half of football. But just wanted to give you that update. Isaiah Pettijohn is okay after the big hit on the kickoff. We'll see you for the second half. the current score. We want to take you around the GMC while we have a moment before halftime is over. We welcome you back to the Hawks Nest. Apologies if I am repeating myself. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but it is a lopsided score, 42-6. East came out hot. They are on pace for 84 points if they keep this up. Unfortunately, running clock will probably stop that from happening. But we want to take you around the GMC, look at a couple of other scores while we have a moment before halftime is over. We'll start with who East is going up against next week, which should be a huge game. Lakota West currently obliterating Oak Hills, 38-0 at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to put up another 50-point game, and that's going to be, I think, 6 in a row, 50-point games for Lakota West. And that is very scary for East. I'm going to play them next week. Defense got to be ready for that one.
And the next game we'll look at, Hamilton facing off against Middletown. Hamilton's up 35-7 in that game, and Middletown continues to fall off in the GMC. They started 4-0, and they've lost the last 3 games.
I mean, that is a historic fall off. Starting 4-0, you talk all online about why you're not ranked higher, and you play 4 quality teams, you just get blown out in every single one of them. Obviously, those 2 receivers, Chandler Shields and Maximilian Johnson, not enough against Hamilton. And 35 points, I wouldn't be shocked if all 5 of those touchdowns are from Grayson Goldsmith.
Yeah, Grayson Goldsmith has really emerged as an X factor at the end of this year. And if somehow East or West were to lose a game, Hamilton is very much in the running for the GMC. And they look like a team that's kind of primed to do well in the playoffs at least. I mean, they've played great the last few weeks. Move on to Mason facing off against Colerain. East had the scare versus Colerain last week, but Mason has taken care of business. 31-0, only 4 minutes to go in the third quarter in that game. And man, Mason has also kind of emerged here late. That defense has really been carrying their team.
And I'm a little bit disappointed in Colerain. You had the great game against East, and you have a real chance to ride some of that momentum, and you're just getting blown out by Mason. And like you said, Mason, they're probably going to improve to 500, and they're one of the sleeper teams in the GMC. I mean, they're staying in the bottom of these ranks. They're playing top opponents, but when they play these lower teams in the GMC, they've been playing very well against them.
And the final other game out in the GMC is Princeton facing off against Fairfield. This is really the only close game we have. It's a 2-score game. Princeton's up 35-21. And Princeton obviously lost their starting running back to injury, and it's been affecting them as they haven't really run away from this game as much as they probably would have liked to.
Yeah, well, Fairfield's offense struggled against very good teams, but not in this one. They've been putting up 21 points against a pretty good Princeton defense, but Princeton's offense hitting their stride in that one, up big.
Sycamore will start with the ball first. Obviously, East was unstoppable on offense in the first half, but Sycamore was able to score 1 time. And on the last kickoff we saw from East, returner was blown up as Tyler Gruber will have his first kickoff of the night. Wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of second stringers out there as it's fielded at about the 5-yard line. Sycamore will take it out, and he makes the first wave of tacklers miss, and he's brought out of bounds by Tyler Gruber. The kicker will make the stop, and Sycamore's offense will march out. Want to look at Sycamore's schedule. This one obviously pretty much over, and they've got 2 more rough matchups coming up, obviously playing at Mason and at Hamilton to finish off the year. They got unlucky playing their last 3 games away.
I think that's the last 4 games away because they played at West, too.
Yeah.
That is very unfortunate for them, and you're playing 2 quality opponents, like you said, at Mason and at Hamilton, and the way those 2 teams are playing right now, it's going to be a game that might look similar to this one.
So Levi Simpson brings the offense back out there. Had a little bit of success early on, but whatever adjustments East made to that D-line has shut down any success after that one drive. In that triple option formation, they're going to toss it out to Trey Meadows, who's been a bright spot for the Sycamore offense, and he's wrapped up on the edge right away, losing 1. Tackle made there by Isaiah Harrington, and East comes out hot.
Yeah, Trey Meadows had a couple of huge plays in the first couple of drives, but East has really done a great job shutting him down, especially in that second quarter and on the first play to start this half. And he has just not had the success in this game as he did in the first quarter. He had a couple of huge catches that turned into that Sycamore touchdown, but nothing doing since.
Yeah, Levi Simpson in that first half, 3 for 5. Sorry, He's 9 for 14 for 127 yards in the first half. No touchdowns. This one a toss out to Trey Meadows, who catches it on the screen pass, and he gets about 4. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. And East has really adjusted well to the Sycamore offense, and now they're at threat of a 3-and-out early into the second half.
Yeah, very unfortunate that throw wasn't any better, and Meadows had to stop and turn around to catch it. Could have had more yards there, but just missed placement from Levi Simpson, who's had really a solid game.
Yeah, Trey Meadows has had a few great catches tonight. And he's really been the guy on 3rd down who gets those conversions. See if Levi Simpson airs it out here on 3rd down. Motions the tight end, and he'll take the snap. Rolling out to the right. Fires one, and it's going to be intercepted on the left side. And East has got room. The DB could go all the way. And he's finally pushed out by Levi Simpson at the 10-yard line. Levi Simpson's 9th pick. And I believe the interception was made by Trey Jeffers, the corner.
And I was just about to start praising Levi Simpson for the game he's put together. He was 9 for 14 with 127 yards, no turnovers, but I'm not sure what happened on that throw, but man, he had nowhere near enough air on that one. That was an easy interception.
Obviously, senior night here in the Hawks' Nest, giving some of those backups a chance here with this big lead, and they take advantage. Trey Jeffers, the senior DB, makes his first interception of his high school career. Logan Cole is in now at quarterback. JT Kitna played a great first half, and Logan Cole should lead it from here. He motions Carter Jones across the field. Bad snap. He's able to get it, though. Jaden Shea makes the first defensive back miss, and he's going to waltz into the end zone. What a run after the catch by Jaden Shea, and he starts off right where they left off in the second half.
That'll be Logan Cole's first touchdown of the year. Little screen pass, Jaden Shea. Every time he touches the football, it's a huge play. That is 2 touchdowns for him, and I believe that'll put him over 100 yards receiving. So that is just the second time an East receiver has gone up over 100 yards. Zion Neal did it in the first week, and despite this amazing passing offense, that has not happened since tonight, till tonight.
Yeah, Jaden Shea doesn't lead East in receptions, but man, when he does make the catches, he makes them count. Had that 50-plus bomb earlier and gets his second touchdown of the night. Tyler Gruber, the kicker, out now after Fitzstevens was perfect on extra points to start. And Tyler Gruber will continue that here as East takes a 49-6 lead here about halfway through the third quarter. And, man, they are on pace for a high-scoring game.
Yeah, when you get the interception with some of your backup DBs and then your backup offense goes down there and scores on just one play, it's going to be another big half for East. Could put up some monster numbers in this one, but clock will keep running in this one, obviously, because of the mercy rule. So that will definitely hinder this offense and the scoring, but if they keep playing like this, still on pace, definitely on pace to score at least 50.
Yeah, I want to look at East's schedule coming up. We looked at it earlier, but took care of business last week against Colerain. That was a close game, but Sycamore has put up less of a threat, obviously, 49-6, and next week, their biggest game of the year against West. We'll bring it to you live from the Lakota West High School field. And they finished off the year at Oak Hills. And if they can win next week at West, they could win that GMC. Tyler Gruber will kick it away. It's fielded at about the 11-yard line. East kickoff team running down, and they take them down at about the 27. Sycamore's offense will come back out, and they've got to be frustrated after they just keep getting scored on over and over again.
Yeah, they're trying to get it to their playmaker, Trey Meadows, who's been all of their offense. But in this start of the second half just hasn't worked. They've gone to him twice. One of them was a run play that got stuffed. The other one was a screen pass, went for just 3 yards. And, man, they are just – nothing is going right for Sycamore's offense right now.
So Levi Simpson will march back out there. That is – 9th interception on the year, most in the GMC. And obviously he's got to be frustrated. He's got talent. He just needs to hone it in and get some efficiency going. And fakes the handoff there. Trey Meadows will get the catch. And he is wrapped up hard there. Tackles made by Amir Hunter, the linebacker. And we see that backup defense stepping up and still getting the job done.
That was a huge hit from Amir Hunter. I mean, I thought he might shake him there, but stopped him dead in his tracks.
And Sycamore lines up for a 2nd and 9 after the big hit on Levi Simpson, on Trey Meadows. Levi Simpson steps back, rolls out to the left, pressure's coming, he fires a deep bomb out, and it is a great breakup there. Good coverage by the corner there. Was that Ryder Hooks on coverage?
I'm not sure. I'm seeing 24 down there. 29.
Oh, 29. That's going to be Vantonio Kunsamba with that breakup. The senior DB makes the huge play. Man, we are seeing these backups step up in senior night in the Hawks Nest, getting their chance to shine here. And he's got to be happy with having some depth going into the late part of this season. Levi Simpson steps back on 3rd down and 9. Pressure coming. Gets away from the first tackle. He gets away. Oh, my goodness. Good play there by Levi Simpson, and he lowers his shoulder. He's going to be short of the first down, but a strong run by Levi Simpson. Dangerous run by Levi Simpson, maybe lowering his head a little bit too much.
Yeah, not sure on that one, but Levi Simpson's done a good job moving in the pocket, and that creates plays downfield that he's been hitting on those, but good job escaping there. Definitely going to go for it on this 4th down and 3.
Yeah, obviously being down by 43, you're going to go for it late. Simpson hands it off to Branham up the middle, and he is met in his tracks. The East D line with some unusual starters out there get the job done, and the offense will march back out. Logan Cole will get his 2nd try at quarterback, and he was great last drive, 1 for 1 for a touchdown.
A big tackle there from Amir Hunter. Had 2 great tackles on that drive, and Logan Cole, we get to see what he can do. He's looked pretty solid when he gets his chances in there. Had the touchdown already. Maybe he can put up some JT Kitna level stats. I mean, he is a tall quarterback, 6'6". And when you're that tall, you can see easily over the line and hit your guys, and he has a pretty good arm. He hits on most of his passes.
Yeah, we haven't seen him too much this year, aside late from a couple of games, but all his throws have really been on target. His only incompletions coming on drops as Chauncey Peck takes advantage of the carry, and he's still up. Man, and he lost the ball at the end of the play. I think East was able to jump back on it. So crisis averted for Chauncey Peck, but man, he is dangerous once he gets past the first line of defense.
Yeah, Chauncey Peck has had a couple of fumbles this year, but other than that, he has been a superb backup running back, and he has done his job well. Every time he touches the ball, it seems to go for big yards. He had a huge touchdown last week against Coleraine, trying to get another one there. But yeah, every time Chauncey Peck has the ball in his hands, you know it can go for big yards.
He is a shifty back. Emerged at the beginning part of the season when Jaden Shea was out, a bobbled catch, and Derek Williams will get his first touchdown of the year. Had one called back because of a penalty last week, but he gets the job done here late in this one, and East continues to stack points on the board.
I mean, wow. Wow, what a performance from this East offense. And that would be Derek Williams' first touchdown. He has to be happy to get that one. And that's Logan Cole, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns.
Man.
That'll be 5 total passing touchdowns in this game, combined with Kitna's 3 in the first half.
And with that, East has scored more points than West did against Sycamore. Obviously, West didn't allow a touchdown, but nonetheless, East offense has looked impressive. The kick is up, and it is good. So Tyler Gruber continues to be perfect on extra points. And the backup East defense will get another chance to make another stop. And Sycamore still has no answer, even with the backups in the game.
Yeah, just getting stopped on almost every drive, it feels like. And those are East's backup defenders that are shutting them down. And it is all smiles for the Lakota East sideline and this fan base, as this one might be their biggest blowout that they've had in a long time. They've had blowouts in recent years, but nothing of this magnitude, especially when the backups come in and just dominate like this. Has to be fun to watch.
And I have to say, obviously, we've seen East score over 50 points a couple times this season, but this has got to be the most dominant we've seen them look on both sides of the ball. Besides the beginning of the game, defense had a couple of struggles, but they really ironed those out. And, man, everything that East has been doing has been working. They've looked perfect on pretty much everything. Gruber ready to kick it away. Boots it up down left. Fielded once again at about the 11-yard line. And he's got room. And Gruber can't make the tackle, but the East special teams does bring him down after he gets to the 40-yard line. So a good return by Sycamore will bring out that offense once again. And, I mean, little we can say about Sycamore's offense. They had the one drive work, but since then, nothing's really gone for any yards, and they've been 3 and out pretty much every drive since then.
They've just been not on it tonight, and they've been really not on it all year. No surprises, though. I mean, East defense is this good. Sycamore's offense lackluster, just not surprised at all to see they only have 6 points this late into the game, especially playing against these backups.
Want a headline just, Trey Meadows really the only bright spot on that Sycamore offense. Leads the team in receptions and yards. He's committed to Lehigh Mountain High School as a safety. He's a 3-star prospect, and he's taking care of business today. Obviously, the scoreboard not reflecting it, but he has been pretty good tonight as handoff up the middle, I believe, goes to Trey Meadows, and he gets about 4 to start the Sycamore drive.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because most of this Sycamore team is sophomores, and wouldn't be shocked if they were pretty solid in 1 to 2 years. Just unfortunate that a guy like Trey Meadows this year is a senior and not going to be staying with you to experience that team that Sycamore could be pretty good in the future.
Yeah, Sycamore had a pretty good season last year. The year before that, they had another pretty down year like this one. They've been really searching for a solid team to take them towards the top of the GMC, and they're looking to do that with this new wave of players. As Levi Simpson gives the handoff there up the middle, the first carry of the night for Thomas Suggs. He gets close to the first down marker, but I think it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Well, Thomas Suggs is actually their best running back in terms of yards per attempt. He averages 3.5 yards a carry, where Trey Meadows only averages 2.4, and Nick Branham only averages 2.9. So if they can get him to do what he's been doing, getting about 4 yards a run, they can move this ball, but nothing doing there.
3rd and 3 coming up as a result, but the clock is going to run out. So with that, the teams will switch sides. 12 minutes left in this game, and we'll be right back after a short break. We welcome you back after a short break. Team switch sides. It's the 4th quarter with a running clock. It's 56-6. East can score one more time. They'll have beat Sycamore by more than West did. It's 3rd and 3. There is a man in a construction outfit trying to get the East student section pumped up right now.
I think most of the East student section might be leaving at this point in the game. Are we stopping play for this, really?
I don't understand. We saw him earlier. I'm not too sure. You can't see him on the screen right now, unfortunately, but
he is.
I don't know why we're stopping
out.
play for him. It is a 50-point game.
Let's just get this on, guys.
Let these guys go home.
The refs are
He is
staring
still
at
out there.
him.
I mean, the refs are not taking him off the field. Who is this man?
And he's walking towards the play. I don't know what's – what are we doing?
I am – fortunately, our camera guy will not –
we can't communicate.
Move it over. We don't have any communication with him.
To the guy. Oh, he's walking off now.
All I can describe to you is – oh, it is a so Spectrum. Okay, unsure of why he was out there.
Oh,
and the play was run, man. A lot of confusion. I apologize for that. You know, sometimes when we're up here, we don't have a lot of communication. We just have no idea what's going on. Frankly, late in this game, I mean, Sycamore did get enough for the first down, and we see Ty Thomas, the backup quarterback for Sycamore, in there for the first time tonight. Giving him some reps. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 170. Has 3 attempts on the year, 3 completions. And he goes 4 for 4 now. Continues to be perfect. Sycamore gets a new set of downs here late. Clock continues to tick. Handoff up the middle. And Branham's going to be, or I believe that was Suggs, who was swallowed up after a gain of about 2.
Well, sorry, but what we can be talking about is playoffs. Playoffs are going to be coming up, and it's been. What's the last time East was in playoffs? Wasn't it 2020?
I believe, yeah.
COVID year.
The year after COVID year.
Oh, the year after.
2020.
They're going to get another shot. They got first rounded. I can't remember when their last playoff win was, but very well a big chance for East to at least win one playoff game and maybe make a run. But you got to think, is this team built for a playoff run?
I mean, I think they have really gotten hot at the right time, and I think it's just going to come down to the East-West game. That's going to be a huge game for them. They can win it. They would pretty much secure themselves a home playoff game. And, I mean, they've looked good at the end of the season. They started off a little bit slow. Obviously, to be expected. Can't always expect to come out hot in high school when you've had the whole summer off. I mean, but I think that they are getting hot at the right time, and if they can finish off these 2 games with a win, they could definitely make a run. And with this high-powered East offense, I mean, they just gotta execute. That's really all you can say.
Yeah, this defense has to play up to what it's capable of, and you've seen it this year that they are a very good defense, and that East-West game is going to tell us a lot about what this team is really made of.
Yeah, the East-West game, we've mentioned it a lot, but it is going to be huge. Going to be streamed by Lakota East as it's our away game. Working together with Lakota West Broadcasting for that one. Should be a fun stream. Hope you'll join us for that one. Should pretty much determine the GMC as Sycamore gets another first down. They're moving the chains a little bit here late against this East second-string defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat expected. You're going against the backups, chance to at least put something. Well, you have something on the board, but at least put a little bit more on the board so this isn't as embarrassing. With the backup in, is the backup still in? I think Levi Simpson's back out there.
I don't believe so. I think Ty Thomas is still out there. Yeah, he'll hand it off to Suggs, and he is stopped in his tracks there. Making the tackle there is Dawson Reap, Cohen Reap's brother, making his first stop of the night. And a lot of guys who've subbed in here in the second half on the East defense have stepped up. Obviously, we saw the interception by Trey Jeffers. And
actually, I think that pick was by Alexander Smith. I do think it was by Smith, but nonetheless, a little bit of a disagreement.
We'll have to watch back. I believe it was Trey Jeffers.
I think, okay.
Handoff up the middle to Suggs. He's wrapped up again. That time he stopped by Ryan Daniels. And it's 3rd down and 6. 7 minutes and 38 seconds left. Obviously, Sycamore wants to put some more points on the board, and East wants to stop them and get a chance to score one more time.
Yeah, I mean, if these backups can go back out on offense and put together a nice drive where they can put the ball in the end zone again, it will be East's first 60-point game, and it would just be such good of a morale boost for these younger guys, able to step in and make plays, give them opportunities to put points on the board for themselves. And this East team just has a lot of depth that play well.
Throw there is caught and taken up field for a few there. Ty Thomas continues to be good through the air, and a new set of downs coming for Sycamore. They're marching right now, and they're to the 30-yard line.
Well, that was a somewhat awkward throwing motion, but heck of a catch, able to get the first down and then execute it on 3rd and 6.
1st and 10, 6:40 left on the clock. East playing off, handoff to Suggs, and he's wrapped up right away. Stop made by Oliver Angelica in the backfield. And this East defense has been good against the run late, but against the pass, this secondary has allowed a few first downs.
Yeah, and this secondary has been great all year. They shut down these big passing quarterbacks. Like D'Angelo Birch was held to a small amount of yards against them, and they're not letting these teams throw for big yards on them. I mean, maybe in that Middletown game, they let some receivers get open, but really now it is just Maximilian Johnson making space. But this secondary has been great. It really complements that D-line and linebacker core.
Keeper here by Ty Thomas, and he gets a good run. A little bit short of the first down marker. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. Sycamore's been good on this drive, converting 3rd downs. And Ty Thomas, the junior backup quarterback, looks pretty confident out there right now.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see a pass play, especially with the run game being stopped. And he's hit on his passes when he's gotten into the game here, and that was a tough run there.
Yeah, Sycamore testing out maybe when you're 1-6, obviously, looking towards next year, what options you have. And it's always good to see someone kind of emerge, and right now Ty Thomas is playing great late in this game. He'll hand it off to Suggs, who gets the first down, and Sycamore continues to move the chains on this late drive.
Well, they're killing a lot of clock, and they're just moving the ball down the field slowly but surely, trying to punch it into the end zone. But just, I mean, what a game that East played, especially that offense. Like, just unstoppable. There was never a time that they went out on the field and you didn't expect a big play to happen.
Yeah, and I believe they scored on all of their offensive drives, which obviously you're going to be happy with that as the offensive coordinator. And, I mean, the defense got to be happy with that as well, as those long drives gave them a chance to rest. Obviously, those backups are in there right now, but that starting defense looked great tonight. Aside from the one drive where they let Sycamore score on him, Suggs takes it up the middle. And he's wrapped up by a pile of East defenders. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, JT Kidna last week was under 50% for completion percentage. And this one, he was 10 for 13. And he had 250 yards on just 10 completions and 3 touchdowns. And the deep ball has been something that he's hit on. I would say he's hit on most of them. He's had some struggles throwing the ball deep, especially getting to Zion Neal. But that one throw to Jaden Shea was just beautiful. It was a perfect pass. Great route, great catch. That should be on a lot of highlight reels after this one.
Yeah, that is textbook in the breadbasket throw by JT Kitna. Keeper here by Ty Thomas. Makes the first line of guys miss. He's still up. And the ball comes out at the end, but he's out of bounds. So it'll be Sycamore 1st and goal. And they've got a chance to put a few points up here late.
I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, not disappointed, but would have been cool to see East put up 60 points, but with the clock runs, pretty boring rest of the game. And that clock's going to tick down to under 3 minutes, so wouldn't be shocked to see East just run the ball a couple times and end this one. Would have been cool to see a 60-point game, but probably not going to happen here.
Nonetheless, a 50-point win. They're back to the form they had against Middletown and Fairfield after a little bit of a hiccup last week against Coleraine where they let it stay close till the end. That time a good stop by the East D line. Brings up 2nd and goal. Clock's ticking below 3 minutes. And we probably won't see that East offense once again I mean, even with Logan Cole came in there, he only had 2 drives, but he did a lot with those, scoring twice.
Yeah, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns. So he did what he could and got into the end zone.
And you mentioned Kitna's first half. The only completions, or the incompletions that he threw, 2 of them were drops, and the one was just a little bit over the head of Zion Neal on that deep ball, but he looked pretty much perfect out there tonight. He's got to be happy with where they're at right now, as this East defense looks like they're going to make a stop late. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. They've got a chance to bend and not break on this, has been the longest drive for Sycamore of the night. It's ticked away a lot of this 4th quarter, and only a minute and a half left before the end of this game.
Yeah, I mean, if East gets to stop here, this would be big. I mean, that's a 50-point win. Those do not come easy. And it would just be huge for their momentum going into West.
So it's 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line. Thomas steps back. Pressure comes. And he is wrapped up. He gets it out, though, to Thomas Suggs, who gets down to the 4-yard line, and it brings up 4th and goal. 1 minute left in this game. Sycamore's got to hurry up just a little bit if they want to score, but it's going to be tough. They're about 5 yards out, and this East backup defense has really stepped up here at the end of this drive.
Yeah, bend but don't break, and what a job from the backup quarterback. I thought he was sure he was going to go down, but just a little flip to keep the play alive. I mean, you're losing by 50 points. It's just cool to see from your backup just giving it their all.
Yeah, and I know Ty Thomas is going up against the backup defense, but, man, I mean, he's definitely looked better than Levi Simpson did in this second half. He looks confident back there as he airs one out deep. Last play of the game. And it's caught. What a catch there. Trenton Meadows late in the game. He's going to get his first touchdown of the year. A beautiful deep pass there to the corner of the end zone by Ty Thomas. And it'll extend their score to 12 as the clock is ticking down to 20 seconds left. So we should see them go for 2 to make it 14-56. And it should be the last thing we see in this one.
I think they're just going to – they're just not even going to run it.
The clock. So with that, that'll do it here. 56-12, your final score. It's senior night here in the Hawks Nest. A little bit of a celebration coming. We want to give you a huge thanks for watching, and we encourage you to tune in next week for what should be the game of the year in the GMC. Lakota East is facing off against their heated rivals, Lakota West. We will bring you that game from Lakota West. Want to give a huge shout out to all the athletic boosters, as always, all of our sponsors, Butler Tech and Lakota East Spark.